All right, we had a little bit of an incident when we left LAX. When we got to JFK airspace, we had to be diverted after hovering in the air for about 2 hours and some turbulence. We landed in a place called Stewart International Airport in Orange County, about 90 miles north of Manhattan. The problems really started when we were sitting there on the aircraft and people tried to get off the plane, and passengers got a little bit upset what was going on with the lack of information and so on. So we had a couple of incidents there. I can describe them to you in a little bit of detail.
Well, I want to tell the one I want to get to is that so you're delayed for a while on the tarmac, which is frustrating for all sorts of people. But there were people on the plane who needed some water and some food. Tell me what happened.
That's right. So people needed water. So what we had to do is we had no water. We had no food. At one stage, we had to get some cookies from the front of the cabin, bring them down to the moms that had babies and children, and distribute them evenly. One of those incidents, one woman wanted a cookie that wasn't a mother, and one of the flight attendants ended up snapping at that particular woman. It led to that woman unfortunately being taken off the aircraft by police.
I understand somebody had maybe this was the situation, but somebody sort of seemed to get an anxiety attack or a panic attack.
Well, that woman had a panic attack earlier on the aircraft, which we took that woman aside and calmed her down and talked to her because the crew weren't able to do that at that time. But this was the same woman, but it was nothing to do with an anxiety attack at that time, why that flight attendant snapped at her.
What was the general tone of the crew with passengers?
Lack of leadership is the best way I can describe it. Passive-aggressive and definitely frantic.
Now, were you up in the front cabin, or were you in the coach?
I fortunately enjoyed the seat at 1A, which had a bit more room for my weight. But basically, I could get to see everything. I was right beside the door of the aircraft, right beside the cockpit, which was always open, so I could hear everything that was going on. There was a couple of shuffles throughout this ordeal that we wanted to get out there, and because we were in shock. So what we did is we took out our little what's called our Contain.com iPhone app, and we took photos and videos to share with our friends and family around the world to let them know, look, this was what's going on. So we were able to keep people well updated and abreast as things were happening. So that's really, for me, the big reason why I'm sitting here right now, because we were able to get this story, this nightmare of this 16-hour so-called flight out there to other people that have similar experiences and that have phobias of being stuck in aircraft in this kind of situation.
I'm one of those. I travel all the time. I got a phobia of being stuck in an aircraft.
Right.
Me
too.
What happened when you were told that the water was only, the food and water that was on the plane was only for the people in first class?
Well, there was yes. Well, not the water. So we got some water. I took on some water from the door from JetBlue, who, thanks very much, by the way, JetBlue, for doing that. And we distributed that to the passengers. But there was a very small thing of cookies in the front that was supposed to just be for the first class passengers. But my seatmate said to me, we need to get things down to the babies and the moms. So we went down and distributed those to the moms and the babies down back.
The CEO of Virgin America reached out to the passengers. The airfare's been refunded, and everybody, I think, got a $100 credit.
Well, hold on a second. There's a little bit of, I want to clarify something.
Yeah.
So Sunday night, the CEO of Virgin America, David Cush, called me up.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this because he's seen everything on Contain.com, all the videos and photos that were posted via the iPhone app. And basically what happened was we agreed that the passengers should get a full refund, because initially people wrote in a complaint and they were just getting offered $100. So, but because they seen the effect that the social media had on this, where all this stuff was exposed on Contain.com, basically what happened was they kind of changed their tune and said, well, now this is public and everyone can see this. It's not just some text tweets, for example. They were like, okay, we got to do something more, and we agreed to give everyone a refund.